Hello and welcome to Ottawa in the Know. I'm Julie Findlay, your host, and I've got a jam-packed show today. We are celebrating the flavors, fun, and festive spirit of this season. We're right into fall, and just to kick up the show, we are going to raise a glass with our good friend, Rob Statham, the owner of Drunken Grape for over 10 years, and he's here to talk about beer, wine, and how to make your holiday gathering extra special. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Julie. It's great to be on this show and your own show. I love the intro, by the way.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it's a little boppy. It's good. It's fun.
It suits you.
It is
it's
a little
fun.
Yeah, so 2015, you have been doing this for a spectacular amount of time. Tell all the viewers who might not have had an opportunity to see your journey get this far. How did it all start off?
Well, it started, I was with another events company. They decided to pack up shop. They wanted me to franchise into it. It just didn't make, it wasn't feasible at the time. So what happened was I was trying to decide what to do. I wanted to open up my own events company, bring the joy of wine and beer and spirits to people's houses, and if possible, a little mixology.
You're sick of hosting at your own house?
Yeah, yeah, and a bit of mixology too, because you know I have a bartending past as well. And really, I was stuck on a name. I was going to try and give it like Bacchus Beverage Group or something. And my stepmother looked at me at a Thanksgiving dinner party back in October of 2015. She goes, "Why don't you call it the Drunken Grape?" We started laughing. I'm like, there is zero chance in hell that's possible. That's just not going to be available. I mean, think about the likelihood. So sure enough, I went in and I registered in Ontario, and it was available.
Wow.
And then I ended up getting the .ca, and somebody had the .com in England. By the time I registered and copyrighted the name, it turned into a registered trademark. We tried to make a bid to buy the .com, and I ended up buying on GoDaddy at a back order of $9 US or something, because they just gave it up because of trademark rules and laws.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because once you're in a first world country and you have that trademark protection, the irony is it carries a lot of weight. Like TikTok, for instance. I caught somebody using the Drunken Grape name years ago, and I just wrote to TikTok. I wrote to them politely first, saying, you know, I actually own that name, and you're featuring wine and talking a bit about what I do. So I registered it. I had to send in the form from the Copyright and Trademark Office, and they dropped it.
Wow.
So it tells you it has weight.
Yeah, it does have weight. And you definitely are. You're across the city, you're local, everyone knows you and knows your name. What services have you been offering lately?
So I've offered a wide range of services. You know, there was a time where I did a lot of videography for people. Sometime in the pandemic, that took off. Virtual tasting parties north and south of the border. I had a lot of U.S. clients.
Do you still offer that?
I still offer that. I think that is dormant. It's going to come back to some degree due to economic forces. You know, these ridiculous tariff wars we're going through and trade war across the planet. It's one way for companies to engage on a regular basis. Without killing the cost of an event structure. Because your typical event structure, you're gonna have to book a meeting space or a hotel space. You know, we've got some great meeting spaces in Ottawa. And I can talk a bit about the length about that in a minute. But there's a whole plan that has to go into that. And there's costs associated. That's great for an annual gala, a kickoff, biannual corporate retreats and things like that. Virtual tastings really do well on monthly get-togethers, meet and greets, customer appreciation. You can pick people from all over pockets of the world. Tech companies love it because they got people working everywhere. Yeah,
and it's a nice way to connect because it is a global landscape, so it brings people together.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's bring them together right in our own city. What's an event that's coming up for you right now?
So I don't have anything planned right on the books yet. There's some company stuff in the feed. I mean, there's some things in the networks. I just finished a blind tasting party for a birthday group, which it was a blast at Mezzanotte restaurant. So a lot of what I do is corporate, but I will come into like a neutral setting in a restaurant, host something for somebody, or in a planned space or an event for a company to help them kick it off. It's just great because when you plan an event with wine and beer tastings, you automatically engage people.
Yes.
And the enrichment kicks off. I call it edutainment because you don't want to go too far into the factual things. You know, and nobody cares about subsoil sets and Burgundy and monopoles and things like that.
Some people do.
Unless you're deep into the wine world. The average person wants to know what is in this glass.
Okay, well, why don't we start off with that first little bit?
We could.
Okay. What is in this glass?
So I have a 2013 Riesling from Prince Edward County.
One?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that you look for. You look at what the color of it is, the clarity of it. You can see that's very clear. You've got a nice, you know, almost medium gold color. I'd say it's light medium. Very aromatic. Very intense flavor.
Yeah,
you get a lot of
does.
apple, a lot of apple. So there's certain markers in wines. If you're doing a tasting, you know, apple. This would have a hint of petrol, which is ironic, and a bit of yeast on the palate. That is common to Riesling.
Really?
Those are markers for Riesling. It tends to be light, high acid, and potentially high sugar values, which make it the most ageable wine in the world.
Okay, and when people pick a Riesling, is there a reason that they pick it other than those characteristics? But does it go nicely with something? I guess I want you to tell me.
Yeah. So, I mean, you think about this with apple flavors. This is an off dry, so you can start to lean into a bit sweeter foods.
Yeah.
Think of apple crumble, vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Think of Halloween coming up with some of the sweets. You know,
That's
you're
right.
having a party and there's some sweets. You're going to want to lean. You're not going to go into a dry wine. You're certainly not going to go into something red. Crisp wines like Sauvignon Blanc or Vino Verde, they're fantastic on their own or in different venues or with different types of food. But this lends itself to complement itself better with either sweet or spicy food even.
Okay, that is lovely. Okay, so you have this, and then we're looking at. Let's talk about a brief talk about the Cork and Fork coming up.
Yeah, so Kevin Hurtubise runs a great operation. So he does all the Festival de Bière, you know, the beer festival in Orleans. So he has an event coming up at the Shankman Center. I believe it's on November 7th and 8th. Big shout out to you, Kevin, if you're watching this. But a terrific guy, has really gained a lot of traction in Orleans and has gained a traction with Cork and Fork and bringing wine and food really back to the capital. Because we used to have that awesome wine and food show, if you remember.
Yes, we
and
did.
it's gone.
It
and
is.
it's like a void is sitting there in the city.
And he's taking it up.
And he's taking it up.
That's fantastic. Okay, and that's going to be Cork and Fork. It's November 7th and 8th at the Shankman Arts Center in Orleans. Tickets are still available.
They are.
So that's great.
Yeah, I think they're about $44.13 with taxes or
I
something.
love that you're so exact on that. Okay, well, lucky enough, we get to have you on for a second segment because there's so much more to cover.
Cool.
Rob Sathan, Drunken Grapes since 2015. Don't go too far. We're going to just wrap this conversation right back up with what to do for the holiday season coming up. Stay tuned, and thank you for joining Ottawa in the Know for this next hour.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco. The Ottawa Public Library is hosting the 2025 Ottawa Book Awards on Saturday, November 15th at 7 p.m. Winners will be announced in a public ceremony at the Meridian Theatres at Centerpoint. The awards showcase both English and French works that explore themes of identity, history, family, and societal change. Finalists each receive $1,000, while winners will be awarded $7,500. This event represents an important moment to honor local literary talent and the stories that share. Full details are available at ottawa.ca or by scanning the QR code on screen. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
The human brain. It can still leave us completely mystified. Do you see something?
Hidden cameras are all over the place.
She's experiencing Truman Show syndrome. The patient has no control over his own arm.
It says here he's non-speaking.
Non-speaking is just a symptom of something bigger. Question is what?
I know you're not a real doctor.
You're right. I just play one on TV.
Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know, and like I promised you, we're back again with one of my favorite guests, Rob Statham, owner of Drunken Grape. He's the one that you want to be at your party. So we're going to actually talk about that. Rob Statham, tell us how we can make sure that you're at our next party.
Well, it's pretty easy. They can find me all over social media. I have my website, and it's thedrunkengrape.com, so it's effortless.
We've got it all over the screens.
You hit me up at info@thedrunkengrape, so that's the main email.com. That's an easy way to go ahead and book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's not hard to find me anywhere, really.
I know,
I even have a
which is
YouTube
great.
channel you can find.
That's fantastic. So when you come to the party, what can we expect? What's one of the favorite things you like to do when you get to the party?
I love to open it up and greet people, so usually you want some form of bubbly or light effervescent beer because it gets everyone to converse. Think about it when somebody comes in and you're handed Prosecco or champagne.
Yeah.
How it opens up everything.
Yeah, it does.
You know, usually I'll have somebody greet at the door, whether it's my girlfriend or an associate, and you know, she's getting involved in it now, which is fun. And she's got a great hospitality background, so it makes it seamless. And it's just to get them to engage. But the whole event structure is relaxed because wine can be a stuffy subject, and people fail to realize beer is very deep in know-how too.
Okay.
So you want to bring it to life in a positive and vibrant way.
And I do agree it is stuffy, but you know what I think it is because we as the consumers, literally the consumers, might not know as much as you, so we're really trying to pay attention and figure out what it is, because you just gave me information about the Riesling, that this is one bottle that I want to make sure that I have when all the kids have their Halloween candy, because it has, yes, you're right, we probably should have a sip. What is it that you like about this wine?
I love the apple flavor in it. Apple's just one of my favorite fruits. So it's something that expresses itself really well in this glass. When I tried this earlier this morning, I didn't get this till yesterday. So, you know, we're pretty packed and you have to rely on somebody to ship you some product. And I've tasted this wine before, but you always want to retaste it in case you discover something different. But what I love about Riesling and what I love about this one is the length of flavor of that apple is long. And because it rested on dead yeast cells for 6 months as well, what that does is it adds a bit of body to the wine as well. And it can add some weight to it. So you notice those characteristics, and the flavor hovers for a long time. It's got this wonderful finish of apple.
You just gave me a whole new appreciation of Riesling. I didn't even know that was part of the process of a Riesling.
No,
Lovely.
it can be.
It can be, and there's different ones.
Yeah,
sure.
and I mean, Riesling can go from bone dry, like Alsatian Riesling, or a lot of what you find in Ontario, off dry, like this one from Norm Hardy, which is a fantastic winery in Prince Edward County.
Yeah.
He's also known for some of the best Pinot Noir and Chardonnay in the country.
Really?
Absolutely. But it's the complexity of this wine. I find that there's certain things you want to look for, right? You want to look for balance, length, integration, concentration, and finesse into that.
Okay, 5 tips right
5
there.
tips.
I've got it in my brain. Okay, you also love to talk about beer.
I do.
Yeah, and you brought a lovely one with you right
I do.
today.
So I have Flora Hall Brewing. These guys are awesome. So this is David Longbottom's operation. He converted an engineering workshop or warehouse in 2016 into a brew pub.
Where is it?
It is on Flora Street off Bank Street. So as you're exiting the Glebe and you're firing your way up through Centertown towards Gladstone, just hang a left on Flora Hall and it's right there.
Really?
And it's an awesome operation. He's got this patio, and then it's got those old garage type doors of a mechanic shop that swing open, and you can see the bar. And there's a lot of space. He's got a second level to it, and all the fermentation tanks and brewing equipment are
So he's doing it right there on
everything
Flora
on
Street.
site. So you can't get as craft as that.
That is amazing. So what's the beer that you brought?
This is a chocolate imperial stout. So this is high alcohol. The history of imperial stouts goes back to supplying beer to Russia. And they love these boozy, strong ales. Yeah. This has really strong notes of chocolate, mocha, and coffee.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I
you
like
think
all
about
of those things.
Yeah, so you think about it with dessert. You think about it with sweets. Everyone loves coffee with sweets, especially the adults.
Yes, absolutely.
And especially people like serving that, you know, I'm not going to promote this exactly the way it doesn't sound this way, but Halloween, they're coming to trick or treat.
Yeah.
And it's something, you know, might be nibbling on some sweets, and you might want to have something to pair with it behind the scenes, and the big pauses of the kids coming up, and you want to be responsible and have like a half a glass of this with it.
It's lovely. Yeah, I can.
Because you got to be responsible with booze too.
Yes, exactly. You do. Okay, so what other things, wines are in for this year that you're having some fun with?
Ooh, Baco Noir.
Okay.
It's a great grape from Ontario. I mean, Henry Pelham does a fabulous, that's a prime example of having excellent Baco Noir. They have the regular line, then they have the old vines, and then I think they have a reserve Baco now. But Baco is a opulent wine. So it's very tannic. It's a thick-skinned grape. You got a lot of jamminess to it, blackberry, dark cherry. There can be some sweet, spicy notes that come up through fermentation. It comes from the stems of the grape, like cinnamon.
Yeah.
And it's just an awesome wine. I mean, you think of having that with a roast or just drinking it over the fireplace.
Well, I think just
by
the way you
fire.
described it, it's just like a lovely meal on its own, because you really know how to find, like, how did you get this good? It's a loaded question, but we've got 2 minutes, but this is amazing.
I think it was a combination of things. You know, I was an entertainment boss and an auctioneer on cruise ships for a long time. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
I was at sea for about 9 years.
Teach me
So, I
something
mean,
new.
when I was first handed the mic as an entertainment host to crew staff in Norwegian Cruise Lines in '97, I wanted to run away. I was terrified.
Wow.
But it forced me to learn how to present. Over time and professionally, and it was a lot of kinks to work out along the way. Things don't come, as you know, from being a veteran on TV and very good at it. It takes time. These things permeate like a fine wine does in a bottle. So it was a combination of that and just diving into it for over a decade now. I think I started the education process like 14 years ago and never quitting.
No.
Just constantly learning and developing and being humble about it. And I think the key of anything is like being a great athlete, you know, the greats in any sports. And I know you're athletic, so you follow these things.
I do.
They're humble.
Yeah.
You never hear the greats boast. They thank their teammates. They talk about the training process. They talk about being disciplined day in and day out with it. And I think those are the fundamental factors.
Yeah, well, you definitely know so much about wine. We have about 30 seconds. I want everyone to know what they're going to do when you invite them to the party.
Well, we plan and execute it. So it's like project management. So, you know, when you put together something for somebody, you put together a project plan, then you really have to initiate and execute and close that project.
Yeah.
And then follow through with the delivery of it. Because I think the most important thing in business is you must say what you're going to do. I mean, you must do what you're going to say, right? You have to deliver.
And it goes both ways. Say what you're going to do and do what you're going to say. It's always lovely to have you on. I learned so much about any wine. So Baco Noir, Riesling, Halloween, holidays coming up. Make sure you get Drunken Grape on your calendar and stay tuned with us. Up next, we've got the Museum of Agriculture.
Thank you.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco. Are you a fan of the Disney movie Coco? I know I am. It's based on the Mexican holiday Day of the Dead. From October 31st to November 2nd, the Byward Market will host Ottawa's lively Day of the Dead festival. It's a colorful tribute to loved ones who have passed. Explore traditional crafts and cultural displays while enjoying the flavors of authentic Mexican food. Discover the rich history of Dia de los Muertos with live music, dancing, and more. This joyful celebration blends remembrance and community spirit, making it an experience for all ages. Visit dayofthedeadfestival.ca for details. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
Think it's okay to drive high? Think again. Drug-impaired driving is as illegal as drunk driving, and in Ontario, the penalties are the same. If police suspect you're driving under the influence of drugs of any kind, or a combination of drugs and alcohol, and you fail a roadside test, your license will be suspended immediately for up to 30 days. You'll pay a penalty of $198. And you can be charged with a criminal offense of impaired driving, the same as alcohol. Driving high is never okay.
Music and Beyond, one of Canada's most dynamic classical music festivals. From stirring symphonies to intimate chamber performances. Experience concert highlights filmed live in beautiful venues across Ottawa. It's more than music. It's art, literature, culture, and community, all coming together on one stage. Music and Beyond presents, only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. Well, our next guest is inviting us to enjoy the flavors and the fun that could be happening on autumn weekends at the Canada Agriculture and Food Museum. I'm sorry I looked at that, everybody at home, but I always just have said it as a short form, so I'm saying it properly. I would like to welcome Ariane Richardson, the Content Marketing Officer for the last 3 years. Welcome and joining us for Ottawa in the Know.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we just had a little brief conversation of how long she actually has been at the farm, and it's been a lot longer than just being 3 years as a marketing manager. So
we
tell
won't
us
say exactly how many, but I started there as a tour guide when I was just out of college, and have been there off and on ever since. It's a really special place.
I was just going to say, what makes it so special for you?
I think it's the only working farm in the heart of a capital city in the world.
Yeah.
So I think in Ottawa, we're just so lucky that people who might not ordinarily have the opportunity to visit a farm, and it is a working farm, can do that so easily. And it's a place where, yes, there are lovely animals and we want people to have interactions with those animals, but the whole point is to help people understand where their food comes from, like where their milk, where their eggs, where the fibers they wear or the grains they eat comes from, and have an understanding of that whole process and all the work that goes into it as well. So kind of past, present, and future of agriculture, and fun.
And it is so fun. It's been fun since the kids were little, and I literally just took them at an older age with their younger nieces and nephews. And just talking about the farm and the friends of the farm, I guess we should say. It's fall now, so what do you do during the fall with all the animals?
So the animals themselves are, because it's been so beautiful out, a lot of them are still outdoors. So the dairy cows are still going out at night, the sheep and the goats are still outside, but we are moving into a time, like once the water starts to freeze at night, right, in the pastures, they'll be inside in the barns. So there's that transition that's starting to happen. And then just the process of like putting the gardens to bed and filling up the silo for the winter. So there's always a rhythm to the farm, and that's the rhythm right now, but it's also so beautiful. The leaves are turning color, and we've got a ton of kind of Halloween fall programming for people.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we do start that, one of the exhibits that you have is baling hay.
So on our amazing autumn weekends, and the last one is this coming 25th, 26th, this Saturday, Sunday. It's an amazing thing actually to see a bale of hay get made. It's actually kind of magical. I took my kids last weekend to see, and we've got our farm staff that are like pitching hay into this machine, this hay baler, and then it like shoots out a hay bale about 20 seconds later into the air, all wrapped up and ready to be put in a barn.
No, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. It doesn't sound, but it's really fun.
It is.
And it's also helpful to understand, like, how does that process happen? Like, there's a whole lot of work that goes into it, and the hay needs to be dry so it doesn't get moldy for the animals, and not wet so it doesn't set fire to the barn. Like, there are all kinds of things involved in the technology too, and then it's just fun to see a hay bale shooting through the air.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, tell us a bit about the other activities, because there's quite a few that are happening this weekend.
So it's sort of for all senses, right? So we've got our kitchen on full go, so we've got regular cooking demonstrations where people can come and cook with elements of the fall harvest, like corn, like pumpkin cookies. And the idea is that kids especially can come in and participate in those demonstrations and then taste what they eat, get the recipes on our websites.
And for that one in particular, do they need to sign up or register, or can you just show up?
Just show up. The hours are on our website, ingenium.ca/agriculture, and they're pretty regular intervals, so people can just pop in on those demonstrations.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because these look delicious. So this is one of the recipes for this weekend?
So these ones are being made every day in the demonstration kitchen right now, actually. Pumpkin cookies, and they're just delicious.
Yes.
Get some vegetables into some kids too, because it's pumpkin puree. And then we've got our Fiesta corn dip, which can be hot or cold. So it's kind of a sweet savory.
Yeah, that's lovely. And Halloween is coming up, so you've got some fun things for the kids at the farm.
Yes, so we've got a whole pumpkin corner where we've got staff that are explaining, like, from seed to plant, how a pumpkin gets, from a tiny seed to that thing that we're carving in our kitchens, and everyone can take a little pumpkin home with them for display. We have a spooky barn, so it is spooky. It's maybe not for the faint of heart. I have been down there a million times, and I still get jump scared and have to hold my son's hand when we go down. So
okay, that's good to know.
It's good to know. So there's that spooky element. The whole place is decorated. We've got story time and crafts for kids. We've got, of course, all of the animal demonstrations. So yeah, there's a ton.
And we just had a conversation earlier. The bees.
Yeah.
You have got lovely bees harvesting at the farm.
That's right. We have a demonstration hive, and it's in a space called the Eco Explorium, where we talk a lot about some of the insects and plants that make up our gardens and our farms. And the hive is right there and accessible. People can come and try to find the queen because she's marked with a little dot, so that's always a fun little game to play.
Oh, wow.
And then there's just a really easy access point for the bees to get outside to the gardens, right outside the Eco Explorium, so people can kind of follow their journey out and then back in and see what the hive looks like inside.
And it's also a reminder for everyone at home that the bees do need our flowers and plants and everything else in order to survive, because we all love local honey, which is fantastic. Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left. There's one thing I wanted to talk about for sure. With the spooky haunted barn, can you give us a little tip of like what we're looking for? Like you're walking into the barn, it's all decorated.
Yeah, so the whole space is decorated. It's actually in a barn that people don't get the chance to go in normally. It's in the old cereal barn, which has been there for over 100 years. It's sort of spooky all by itself anyway. And then it just gets all decked out. It's dark, it's spooky, you have to kind of walk through. There is a candy prize at the end if you can make it through. It's not for the faint of heart, but...
Okay, are you saying a lot of people don't make it through?
I mean... I've seen people who turn around and come back out.
Oh my gosh, that's lovely.
But honestly, it's kind of for all ages, because little people might not like the spooky barn, but you can meet the horses, groom a calf, meet the bees. Like there's all kinds of demonstrations for all ages.
Yeah. And so if they want to make a day at the farm, what's the best way to do it?
So visiting our website, and the whole schedule of all the activities for Amazing Autumn Weekends is up there, so you can plan your day. You can book your tickets ahead of time, or you can just show up. From 9 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday.
And should they bring food? Is there food available for them?
Great question. So we do have the Ottawa beaver tails that'll be on site.
Oh,
so if you want a decked out beaver tail, there's that option. If there's more food that is required, you can bring a picnic. There's lots of space to eat outside.
Lots of space. And they always have that jungle gym that has never changed over the last 25 years
it's a favorite.
For us anyways. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone at home, make sure you get a chance to get to the Canadian Agriculture and Food Museum, but don't go away. Up next, it's the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror production, and we've got our actors on next.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Welcome to Ottawa in the Know. I'm Julie Findlay. I'm happy to be here to show you everything from bike trails to kitchen tales and all the things in between that make Ottawa so great.
Hi, we're the Biggs and Bar Show from Shea 106.
And we finally got a decent advertising budget for our morning show.
Let's see what our team spent all the money on.
What do you think?
I have some thoughts.
Put it in your ears. The Biggs and Bar Show with Pasty Jamie on Shea 106.
If you love Italy, love Italian food, come take a wild ride with me.
It's eating dirty, baby.
If you're looking for straightforward recipes that are surefire crowd pleasers and really delicious, I hope you'll tune in to Season 5 of my show, Paula Roy's Favorite Foods on Rogers TV. There's everything from mouth-watering salads to delicious make-ahead meals, lots of baking, even some pickles, and I'm sure there's something for everyone in this season's lineup. I'll offer some ideas to help make your time in the kitchen more effective and fun, and perhaps you'll even watch it with your whole family.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Julie Findlay, Ottawa in the Know host. And like I just said, 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show across the world. But right here in Ottawa, we've got Lost Baggage doing their production and rendition at the Shankman Arts Centre. And we have the choreographer, Jamie Dan, and Matt Champagne, Dr. Frankfurter. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, it was easy to pick it out just the way you're dressed.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very nicely done. Okay, let's start off with people at home who might not have had the opportunity to watch Rocky Horror Picture Show. A little background of the story.
I mean, Rocky Horror is, it is a storytelling based off of B-roll horror movies and science fiction. It is a play on the absurd. It plays with gender fluidity and all sorts of expression and storylines. So it touches people kind of in different ways.
Yes.
It means a lot for different people, but it's a very unique story to tell.
Yeah, definitely. So everyone is going to have to follow you guys on Instagram and everything else to see how this story goes. But the choreography, like, what was the vision when you took this on?
We really wanted people to leave kind of in shock and awe and changed all at the same time.
Okay.
Thinking, what did I just see? But also, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Kind of almost to get up in their seats and dance with us.
Yeah. Okay, I'm there for sure. You have been with this production company for 2 years, and is this the first time you've done a Rocky Horror?
This is my first Rocky Horror, yeah.
Wow, okay. So what did you think when you took it on?
We didn't really know what we were gonna do. We kind of really hit the jackpot with this one.
Okay.
The cast has been really spectacular, and seeing everybody, just the show is diverse, but even the cast is very diverse, off stage and on stage, and just whether we're in a scene or off stage, the way they mesh and the way they've really become friends, and the chemistry is the same on stage and off stage. It's really wonderful to see how everybody's grown together.
Yeah, so Dr. Frankfurter, how did you come to this position?
I will be a theater kid till I'm in the retirement home, probably, and did a lot of theater in my youth. Surprising, because I'm still quite young.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an opportunity where I wanted to get back out. I saw this opportunity and I joined Lost Baggage. I went to the audition, I wore these heels, walked right in, and
that might have caught the eye. Good job.
Absolutely, but it has been great, and I'm super fortunate to have met this group of people. Everyone is crazy talented,
Wow.
And because we're a community group and not for profit, we're all there because we love to perform and we love to sing and we love people and community. And we love the story. So I hope, and I think it will show in our production that this is a story that people are passionate about telling.
Yes.
In addition to just being a performer.
Yeah, and how was the rehearsal process for you?
Busy.
Yeah.
We start right off the bat.
Okay. Okay, so you got this off the ground in 3 months.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Pretty much from auditions to we go on next week. That's 3 months. We usually will start with the music. We'll chunk it out in different segments, and then we start putting it all together. And it's like the dancing, the singing, and the acting at the same time. And somehow we put it all together, and everybody knows what they're doing, and together it looks phenomenal. We do a lot of practicing. We really, really rehearse all day, all night to the bone.
Yeah, so you're ready to go. You could almost do it now.
Probably.
Okay, well, I might take you up on that. What's been the most exciting? Oh, were you going to? Oh, yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay. No, I might get you by the end. Okay. It's Halloween. Anything can happen. What's been the most exciting part so far for you?
Yeah. As I said, for me, I haven't done this in 20 years. So this is my first time stepping out onto a stage in a professional production of any kind, and I'm having a great time. So it's been a huge soul enriching experience for me. I've loved meeting new people. I've loved pushing myself. I've loved being creative. So I'm super grateful for this experience. I really, really and truly am. And I don't think I'm done. I'll do more.
Oh, definitely you're going to do more. Definitely. So show us some ideas of what we can expect at the show.
I think the most exciting part will be the magic that we have incorporated. It's kind of almost like a trippy experience that we can't do what the movie did, so how do we do that live?
Yeah.
Have that aspect of enticing, hypnotic kind of magic on stage. We have some surprise elements, let's say, so you got to come and see it to find out.
You engage the entire... Yeah, everybody's going to be up dancing. I can feel it already. Just the energy in here. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but it's pretty big. It is pretty much sold out.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. You're excited.
It's great.
So okay. Can we tell people how to follow you or follow each of you or something so we can sort of follow along with it as it's happening?
Absolutely. They're on Instagram is Lost Baggage. We'll probably be posting lots of stories and posts. There's also the website, Lost Baggage Musical Theater. And we have, like, constantly there's auditions if people are looking to join a community theater group, or even if it's helping out backstage or with props or costumes. Like, it's not just the acting. There's a whole team of volunteers who have really been working hard to get this off the road. So if it's not singing and dancing is not your thing, but you want to do advertising, you want to do painting, you want to do managing people backstage, like all those roles need to be filled, and it's all volunteer.
Yeah.
So
that's
those
fantastic.
are good ways to find us. Yeah.
And are you going to have more shows coming up this year?
Yeah, so their season is usually about 6 or 7 shows, like 3 musicals, and then depending on how many cabarets they do per year. There are auditions for the next show is going to be Bonnie and Clyde. So if people are interested, auditions are open.
Okay, Matt, are you going for that one too?
Oh, I don't know.
I guess one thing, I'm sure there'll be a personal invite that you'll want to make sure you get there.
Well, I would love to participate with this group again. They are fantastic. It's a lot of passion. There's great ways to get tickets. You can get your tickets for individual shows. You can see one ticket. You could buy a pass for multiple. It's very affordable.
Great holiday idea.
It's a great way to give back. Like, you could purchase a pack as for the holidays to give to somebody. It's a great date night out. Go and enjoy some theater. Support your local community, grab dinner out. It's great. I promise you, you will not be disappointed by supporting community theater, because there are some crazy talented people in our own neighborhood.
Yeah, in Ottawa we do have a ton of talent. And do you want to maybe just sort of sing our way out? Does anybody want to like kick it off? Or
how do you do I?
Okay.
See, you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man, didn't you?
Thank you so much. That is amazing. Everyone here, you have to make sure, Lost Baggage, make sure.org, follow them on Instagram and enjoy the show.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Josh Rackless. The Woodruff United Church Bazaar is a community highlight each fall. This year's event takes place on Saturday, October 25th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The church welcomes donations of crafts, jewelry, books, linens, toys, and gently used goods, so stop harshly using your goods. On Bazaar Day, visitors can browse a wide variety of treasures and even enjoy a lunch counter offering homemade treats. It's a warm, welcoming event where community spirit and bargain hunting go hand in hand, which is perfect for someone like me who has no friends. From knitted goods to furniture, there's something for everyone. And best of all, parking is free, so maybe I'll just sit in the parking lot and wave to people and make friends. Anyways, visit woodruffunited.org or scan the QR code on the screen for full details. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it. What, no QR code for Rogers? Oh well.
Hi, I'm Meg, and this is Fit Findlay. Join me for Season 3 of Fit Over 50 with Meg, exclusively on Rogers TV. You're going to love the workouts that I lead you through. We're going to be using resistance bands, weights, your own body weight, and a chair. These workouts are for people over the age of 50, but no matter what age you are, you're going to love them. Can't wait to see you then.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street.
How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Join us for Season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. Well, my next guest is no stranger to fright and fun and all those things fall brings at Saunders Farm. I'd like to introduce Angela Grant. She is the Director of Beauty and Flavor at Saunders Farm, and you're here to tell us all about the Pumpkin Fest.
I am here to talk about Pumpkin Fest.
But before we do, how did you get the title of Director of Beauty and Flavor?
Julie, I made it up.
Okay.
I made it up. Because what I bring to the farm, Mark Saunders is my husband. We own the farm and just love what we get to do.
Yeah.
But what I get to do is make sure that the experience that we're bringing to people is one that stays with them forever. So it's got to be beautiful and it's got to taste great.
I have to say, over the last, what has it been, 10, 15 years now, you've really upped the game. You do not just show up and get scared and go home.
Yeah.
You've opened it up for a day of an experience.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And so we really carved out, we've always done with our Halloween season, we've had fun by day and scary by night. But you're right, about 10, 15 years ago, we thought we've got to really raise the bar. And so we really, in daytime with Pumpkin Fest, lean into all things pumpkin, harvest, beautiful, fun, those amazing fall memories that become core memories for families and young kids, with a little bit of the haunted. For people who want to dip their toes into it, but not, you know, for kids especially, it becomes a rite of passage. They come in the daytime, they get their first photo in the pumpkin patch, and they work their way up to maybe when they're 12, 13, coming for Fright Fest.
Yes.
And Fright Fest is when we crank up the scare factor.
Yes, I'm going to tell everybody at home, I'm probably one of the last people who's not made it through the entire Fright Fest, which is why I want Angela to come on the show, because even if you can't make it all the way through, you have other things that you can offer at the farm that I can just sit and pull myself back together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have so much to offer.
Yeah.
First of all, we all know we're in a social media age. So if you're an Instagram or TikTok person who loves grabbing that perfect moment to capture and to share with your friends and family or a broader audience, we have so many photo ops that are just so fun and delightful. So there's that part of it. If you love great fall food, we've got you covered.
That's
we
amazing.
have 10 food booths. We do all the food ourselves, except we do have one guest food booth that comes every year, and that's everybody's favorite, beaver tails.
Yes, they really get around those beaver tails.
I know, I know. But we make our own apple cider donuts. We make fresh pies. We have a Holy Smokes barbecue pit this year.
Wow.
We do tacos. We've got chicken pumpkin stew, fried foods, like poutine is still our #1 seller for food. You gotta have poutine when you're recovering from the scare factor.
Yes.
And of course, we've got Saunders cider, which is our most exciting and newest part of our food and beverage offering. We've been doing cider now for coming up on 5 years.
Yeah, how did you get the cider in there?
Isn't it fun? So my husband Mark had always wanted and been interested in having a cider product on the farm. And when the pandemic happened and we needed to really shift and figure out how can we move into the future during this time, just the stars aligned right. And Mark took the cider making course through Cornell University.
Wow.
And then we ended up purchasing Flying Canoe cider, which was for sale at that time. And within 6 months, we were making our own cider, Saunders cider, on the farm. And we have 6 varieties now. So it's become just the most beautiful thing to see. And we also have a non-alcoholic cider as well.
Yeah, which is great.
It's great. So it's been a lovely, like the perfect marriage for what we're offering at the farm.
I thought you were going to say for the two of you.
Yeah, well, that also.
Yeah, that worked out well. Yeah, it is a perfect marriage for the farm. And so when people do show up, they literally don't need to bring anything other than
need to bring just
dress for the weather.
Dress for the weather. Yeah. Be ready to have a fun time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And when the kids come, they're walking in, you got your pumpkin patch. Yeah. Mazes.
The mazes are amazing. And we also have 2 new attractions, really 3, because we've modified one this year for our daytime attraction for Pumpkin Fest. So we've got these amazing mini diggers. So it's a pay extra for it, but you pay for a little chunk of time, and so little kids can sit in these diggers, pick up pumpkins from a sand pit, move them around. It's so adorable.
Wow.
It's so adorable.
Adult diggers? No. Yeah, can I do one too?
Yeah, adults jump in. They kind of elbow the kids out of the way, I think.
I can see that.
No, it's great. And then we've got a Saunders Safari, which is a miniature Jeep adventure. So similar in scope to the mini diggers, but they're little Jeeps. And they're electric, and you can ride around a course in them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you
really
do
fun.
not stop thinking of good ideas.
It's fun, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you had a third one. Did I just cut you off?
So yeah,
there?
we have our hedge mazes, and one of our mazes is the music maze. And this past year, we contracted with Def Lab. This is a really cool thing. Def Lab is based out of New York, and they created all of the instruments for Blue Man Group.
Wow.
And I have a contact that knew them, so they've helped us create these things called noodle bells that are throughout our music maze, and it's a tall structure with long, long bells. And when you're running through the maze, you're making a tune. It's the coolest thing.
Oh my gosh, that is so lovely. Okay, we've got about a minute left. Tell me, how much longer do we have? What do we need to do? How do we get there?
Perfect. Okay, so
you don't even need to talk fast. I'm taking it all in.
All right. We have 2 more weekends.
Okay.
Really 1.5. So this weekend we'll be open Saturday and Sunday daytime for Pumpkin Fest and nights for Fright Fest. We then have next November 1st, next week on Saturday, we're open for 1 more day of Pumpkin Fest.
Okay.
And we'll also be open at Fright Fest, and we'll have a drone show at night too, which will be amazing.
Okay.
That's for the finale next weekend. But you have 3 more days to come out to Pumpkin Fest to pick your perfect pumpkin. We have the most beautiful array of ornamental and decorative pumpkins. They're just gorgeous. Last chance to come out and get them, to buy a pumpkin pie, to create amazing memories for fall time.
You are amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And everyone, you don't need to worry, because next week we're going to have Fright Fest on, so you'll learn all about that. This is just a lovely get together, and make sure I don't get scared out of my mind. Up next, don't go away, we have some really important news about things that are happening in our community that are going to make a difference for many people.
Passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
1-0 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Left field in deep. Alonso returns. Good!
This week on Canada Files, Douglas Copeland, writer, artist, and cultural guru. His most famous book was Generation X, and thanks to that cultural landmark, we've been labeling generations ever since.
There are thousands of reasons to support BGC Ottawa. The club provides a safe place where all kids and teens can experience new opportunities, overcome barriers, and develop confidence. But the best reasons? 85% of club members say they're better prepared to do well in life. 93% of kids receive the help they need with their homework. And 97% feel safe. As the club's Chief Programs Officer, I'm living proof that BGC Ottawa changes lives. Learn how at bgcottawa.org.
Hey, I'm Dave, and I absolutely love to camp.
Why do we do this? Why do we go out here with the bugs, the bears, skunks chasing you, poison ivy, ticks, you name it. Why do we do it? Because we love it. I love it.
I wanted to take my passion for filming and the outdoors and combine them, and that's why I'm here. Maybe it's a mistake, I don't know.
Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. Well, my next guest has not only been an old friend of mine for many, many years, she is doing great things in the city as the Events and Community Engagement Officer at the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation, and she is here to invite you to a special night. Welcome, Tricia Ross.
Thank you.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
We just coming off a Fight for the Cure, and so excited about the results there, and really
just
eager
tell
to,
everybody
right.
how that happened, just before we move on to the next one.
So we raised $1.25 million.
Congratulations.
And, all of that will go to our programs and services and meet the needs of people impacted in our community, and that's the most important message.
Yeah,
right?
It has been 30 years that the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation has existed.
Yeah.
You sort of have a new mission this year.
Yes, actually since 2022 we evolved our mission to frontline service, and it's really involved in the supportive cancer care that people need outside of the treatment. So, symptom management, cancer system navigation, mental health support, nutrition, fitness, all the things that really help that healing process in a cancer journey.
Yeah, and it's not only for the cancer patient, but also for their family.
Exactly.
Which is lovely.
Yeah, caregiver support is such an important thing for people to know that that's available to them, and being able to talk to your children and tell them about the cancer experience and what might happen and all of those things. And our cancer system navigators really help with that piece. So helping the whole family is such an important part of the work that's being done.
Absolutely. Well, in order to raise some more money, you have a lovely event coming up. Tell us all about it.
Exactly, yeah. So the Aurora Ball on November 22nd at the Westin. It's going to be a really incredible event, acknowledging the 30 years, really, and while it is a fundraiser, that community engagement piece and really acknowledging the people who have been there with us along the way as our mission evolved, as we, addressed the gaps in the system to provide people with the support that they need.
Yeah. And so if we do buy this gift, actually I bought it as a gift for someone else too.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not here. But tell us a bit about the Aurora Impact Awards that you'll be giving.
Yeah, so we have 8 awards that are being given out to people who have been with us for quite some time. Scott Whitaker, who is the CEO of Fight for the Cure, he'll be awarded. Riley McBride and his family will be awarded. People who have been, running events or donating or really elevating the profile of the work that we're doing, those will be the people that we see that night.
Yeah, absolutely. So when people go to the Cancer Foundation, how can they walk through the doors? How do they get involved when they do need that help right away?
Yeah, people can self-refer, so certainly they can come through our doors. There's accessible online. Not everybody is comfortable to walk through the doors, and so there's online support, phone support, that in-person one-on-one certainly is available as well. And it's just helping people understand who we are and where we are and how to access is the most important piece.
Yeah. One way to access it, like you said, is on the website.
Yes.
And you do have a campaign that's really making a difference in our community. Can you tell the viewers about that?
Yeah, our Dear Cancer campaign really is, engaging the people who are using our services and having them in their own way and at their own level of comfort, sharing their story and how the Cancer Foundation has supported them in that.
Yeah, no, that's really important. So when we do, how can everybody who wants to be giving to the foundation but can't actually attend the Aurora Ball, what are some other ways that they can give?
Yeah, so ottawacancer.ca/Aurora Ball, there's an option to donate there. So, you know, we'd love people to donate if they can't come and just help us celebrate that 30-year milestone.
Yeah, 30 years. And how many years have you been with the foundation?
So I've been with the foundation since September of 2022, and it's particularly meaningful for me in the Cancer Foundation's infancy, when it was not even in the building that we're in right now. You know, my mom was supported by the Cancer Foundation, so to be here in this environment 30 years later is, you know, such a gift.
Yeah. And so what best supported you that you really wanted to make sure that you can let our community know how important it is?
Yeah, I think it is just that, you know, the piece with the emotional connection, you know, the decrease of the social isolation in that experience, right? There are lots of families who, you know, have friends and family and are surrounded by support, but they still need a different kind of support.
Yeah. But you can't always get that from the lasagnas. Not that we don't love the lasagnas. I just remember somebody saying that that's that lasagna period. So you have this milestone celebration, but let's go back to the Fight for the Cure, because I know a lot of people missed out on it, and I want them to put it in the calendar for next year. So just tell us how this year went.
I mean, it was incredible, right? Like they were sold out very early on. There are tickets that come back to us here and there, and people are on a waiting list and always checking in to see if, you know, there's an opportunity to be in the room. We're so grateful to the sponsors. I mean, Heart and Crown has been a sponsor since its inception, so, you know, that's incredible. And to have Shauna Bradley in the ring this year and win her fight was it was fantastic to see, and just to be part of that process and watch them train for the 8 months, it's so impactful, right? You see them just really transform.
Yeah, and do we know who the fighters are for next year?
Tryouts are usually in February.
Okay, so can anybody try out?
Anyone.
Okay, and can anybody buy the tickets right now? Because I keep missing it. I know it's a little early.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, we'll get back to that. So with the Aurora Ball, when they're coming in, you've got some great entertainment. Who's joining you that night?
So the Strumbellas, which I'm super excited about. I'm a big fan, and you know, it was important for us to have a Canadian band in there. So yeah, and I mean, really, their music is very connective with the theme of the night, and even with the cancer experience. You know?
Is there a theme of the night?
Yeah, so Aurora, it's the Northern Lights. When people walk in, they're going to feel like they're, you know, surrounded by the Northern Lights. And you know, there's something really special about Aurora, being a bit of an Aurora chaser myself. You know, when you see that, there's just something magical, and you feel so connected, and that's what that night is about. You know, the magic of celebration, the connectedness of community, all those things are just really at the core of what this event is hoping to bring.
Oh, it's going to bring for sure. And it's also that comfort in the room when you have all of that around you. Okay, and there are tickets left. Can people get them?
Yes.
Okay, how do they do that?
Yeah, ottawacancer.ca/Aurora Ball.
Okay, that is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm really happy with all the work that the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation has done. I know we've done lemonade standemoniums over the years, so there's might be a hint of that reliving, but all the work that you're doing is really in support of everybody in our community, fighting, supporting, and being on the journey of cancer. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us on Ottawa in the Know. It was a great hour. We were packed full of all the inspiration and everything else. We'll see you next time. We'll see you again.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees. Come on, boys! It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible.
Always put the customer first.